I didn't plan for this, but do you guys want to make up a perfect list?
Okay, quick 30-second huddle. What's it gonna be about? Why do the people care? How can we use this to enrich the lives of men, women, and children the world over?
Damn, that's quite the criteria. Did you have a topic in
I feel
mind?
like since Madden is out, and that officially marks the beginning of video games,
Yeah.
we could come up with the 10 perfect games to play this fall that we don't know if they're good yet or not.
Okay. I have a few entries tucked away in my brain hole already. So,
Okay.
number 1 on the 10 perfect games to play this fall that you don't know will be good or not is the remake of Link's Awakening, which, surprise, there is a possibility it won't be good. Like, just because it's based on one of the best Zelda games made by human hands in the span of human history, it's possible they'll, like, I don't know, stick their Mario-shaped dick in it and, like, mess it all up, but, like, probably not, man. It's probably gonna just rip shit. Like,
I just visualized a Mario-shaped dick.
yeah.
Does it have a mustache?
Let's go.
Hell yeah, it does. I'll let you guess where the mustache goes.
Yeah.
But please don't say it. just visualize it. That's it.
Yeah.
A side note, while Alex thinks of his thing, is I did play some of Link's Awakening, and it felt like Link's Awakening, although it didn't run great.
Yeah, I've heard that word, and that is one very good possibility.
It's very chunky in the overworld.
The Mario-shaped dick is beginning to take shape. Okay, like, little mustache in the boober. Who's got number 2? Come on, let's keep this going. Who's got number 2?
Okay, Alex, number 2, go for it.
I want to put in The Outer Worlds.
Why?
Because it's got all this great potential of all the things we want it to be, that it looks like, this is the Fallout that we've wanted. It follows a lot of the crazy stuff for New Vegas. There's so many cool systems that they've put in there, and there is a good buzz behind it, but it's teetering on the edge of that. Is this too much hype? Like, is it going to be able to live up to it? Will it really be as good? Because my fingers are crossed. I just don't know for sure now, because people are just going like, oh, it's going to be great, it's amazing, it's wonderful.
Okay, yeah, you sound very unsure, so I think that's a good addition to the list.
Okay. Paul, what do you got?
Oh, as much as it pains me to say it, I'm gonna say Death Stranding, because although I love Kojima and all his wacky bullshit, and that trailer that just came out a couple weeks ago, the guy whose name is Heartman, because his heart stops every 21 minutes, looked pretty good. The acting looked good. I don't really know what that game is. I don't know what the minute-to-minute is, and it might suck.
It's got that auteur signature all over it. Like, generally, when you let a creative force in an industry run wild after being on a leash for 2 decades,
yes,
it's pretty hit or miss. So this could be, like, a big sopping fuckfest. Like, we don't know.
Yeah, I mean, this could be like, when RoboCop came out and people's minds were blown out of their ears, or it could not.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't think of a good example there, so it could not.
Okay, fair enough. All right, number 4. I got you right here. River City Girls.
What?
Okay. Hear me out. There's a 2D side-scrolling beat-em-up game back in the Super NES days called River City Ransom, which is just about a couple of buff dudes beating the crap out of other buff dudes and eating food and reading books to build up their stats. Also, they could rescue their girlfriends, I guess, or like their current sexual partners. It's pretty light in story. Anyways, it was a fun, surprisingly good game. It still holds up today. It came out for the NES. and it's still good. I can tell you this right now, even though NES games do not generally age that well. There's been a couple of sequels, and they were also still pretty good. And this one is about a couple of ladies going out, kicking the crap out of bad dudes or girls, or what have you. Maybe both, I guess. You know, it's that year. And it looks potentially really rad. Or it will be an ill-fated attempt to reach into the past and make something old relevant again, and it might fall flat on its face.
Okay.
But the sprite work looks fucking beautiful, so I'm very willing to give this a shot.
I have a deep, deep love for River City Ransom and all of the subsequent River City games that they've brought out because they're so mindless and yeah. So the premise of River City Girls is that it's the girls now, right?
Yeah, there's a couple of hard-hitting, ass-kicking ladies going out
Perfect.
and saving the day. Yeah, it looks so good.
Yep, I'm on board. Alex.
I think this is probably going to be one of the most obvious choices for the list, which I'm surprised that it made it this long without being on there, is Jedi Fallen Order. Like, I've been so on the fence about it since we saw the trailers, and even then I was like, I don't think it'll be able to live up to what it's already pushing. And on top of that, you now have this comparison to being like Sekiro, which is just like tooting their own horn that little extra bit. So, I mean, it could be good. I am not optimistic for Fallen Order.
Alright, I can see that. It's not a bad pick.
Yeah, good pick.
Thank you.
I am gonna go with Gears 5.
Gears 5. Okay, very, very maybe, very on the fence. Very good.
Yeah, I think that this year, especially, The Division has pushed that particular brand of stop and pop cover shooting forward in a way that I'm not convinced the Coalition was prepared for. As all the Gears games are very much so drop off a ledge and there's a bunch of rocks around and you're like, oh, this is the combat arena, and the guys are going to come from that direction. Where The Division had way more variety in how those kind of encounters played out, and I'm not sure that if it is the older way of doing things, that people are gonna be that thrilled with it.
Yeah, they could break new ground, they could push a series forward, or not.
They may not.
Yeah, I feel like it's very possible. I've heard whispers, I've heard rumors, I've heard from you guys. It kind of seems like they might be in a little bit of trouble with this game, or maybe we just haven't seen the full shiny chrome final release, and then maybe they're gonna pull it out like at the last second and we're gonna have a fucking badass Gears game. Or maybe it'll suck and they'll sell 20 million copies anyways. What am I, a fucking soothsayer? No, it's fine.
Alright, James, what's number 7?
Oh, like Borderlands 3, obviously. I know everybody's like hot as shit for this game, and because it's like, it's Borderlands after so long, the second one was so good. Borderlands 2, boys and girls, public service announcement. Borderlands 2 is an arrow comparison engine. You walk around a shitty blasted wasteland, you open up a treasure chest or a box, 500 weapons pop out, and you spend 20 minutes comparing each set of arrows to the next one. And then you find one that's all green and you almost piss your pants because it's such good news. And then you go on about your day till you find the next fucking like locker or treasure chest or whatever, and you do the entire dance again. Also, sometimes there's shooting. Please don't let it be more of that. That's all I'm asking.
But what if there's more Claptrap? Everybody loves Claptrap.
Everybody had, I mean, unless they like give him a stronger role with even better writing, and he's just like, I'm just gonna pop up all the time like your fun, witty sidekick to distract you from the fact that you're just looking at two sets of numbers and seeing which one is bigger. And just, like, man, I'm waiting to be impressed. That's all I'm gonna say, right?
But really, isn't all video games just making the numbers go up?
Yeah, but like, it could be more fun, and it could be less like stop and start, halting, stumbling fucking pace, interspiced with like a bunch of big goddamn beautifully animated bullet sponges wandering around this fucking impossible to penetrate enemy base. Like, fuck off, Borderlands. Just every time I think about that game, every time I think about Borderlands 2 and everyone's like, oh, this is so good, I'm like, it was just such a fucking slog, man.
So I'll just mark you down for the Borderlands 3 review then.
Oh, for sure, Paul. I am first in line.
Beautiful.
All right, Alex, number 8.
Looking at the list of the games that are going to be coming out in the next little while, I'm trying to think what's really going to meet that criteria for the list.
The list of the games.
Yeah. I'm going to say the World of Warcraft Classic is supposed to be coming out in a little while. Because, I mean, my girlfriend used to play WoW when it first came out. And I mentioned this to her, hey, Vanilla WoW is coming out, you'll be able to jump back in if you wanted to on the original. And she's like, I don't have a reason to, like, I'm older now, I don't really care about trying to get lost in an MMO again. And I see what they're doing with WoW, but it feels like a really big gamble for them. Like, this could be such a great idea of like, refreshing the franchise, showing people what it used to be like, still having some of the more modern quality of life kind of stuff, but still giving them that old feel. But is it necessary? Is this something that's actually going to sell well and do well? Because this feels more like fan service than anything, and I don't think it's going as far as they're hoping.
Counterpoint, people who have been born since World of Warcraft came out originally, but have felt too intimidated by the number of expansions to really get into it. This might be their entry point.
That is fair. I mean,
that's true.
Yeah. That's...
And not to interrupt too many times, once they play Vanilla WoW and they're like, man, you know what this could use? Features and modern upgrades. Blizzard can just be like, check it out, motherfuckers. We have the much better version right over here. Bam! Instant convert.
Yeah, I guess it is like the free appetizer before the meal kind of thing. You know, get people to come in and check it out. But I don't know. I just don't feel that great about the choice. I feel like they're hoping it's going to do more than it will.
I think enough people were clamoring for it originally and enough weird semi-legal private servers popped up with Vanilla WoW that it will have a following at least, even if it's not an explosive one.
I mean, it'll definitely have a following. I mean, my day job is to sell, board games and accessories and stuff like that. So you get those like super fans who come in to drop money on the super rare thing, but the bread and butter of the business comes from the stuff everybody wants, not just pandering the super fans.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, what do you got?
Oh, I got a toss-up, but I'm gonna go with Control.
Okay.
Because I think it's gonna be awesome. I think in my heart it's gonna be awesome because Alan Wake is so good, and even though Quantum Break? Was that what that game was called?
Yeah.
Yes?
Quantum Break was not that good.
Okay.
But they made strides there with their, animation and storytelling in a way, even though the writing wasn't that good. And it seems like they have a pretty good cast for this one. But again, the story seems really convoluted and like maybe it's going to be hard to get into. But then again, you can throw giant barrels at people and do some cool powers stuff, and it looks amazing. So Control might be awesome.
Yeah, I too have a great deal of faith in this title, but it's pretty obtuse. It could end up being kind of a letdown, but I'm holding out hope.
Holding out hope. That's the
right.
August, the end of August story. Games that come out at the end of August are kind of never that special. For whatever reason.
Well, I do see that in the end of August, there's another Bubsy title coming out, so that's something to look forward to. More Bubsy.
No, it isn't. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't.
Do not invoke Bubsy's name around here.
Okay.
Okay, who has a 10th?
I have a 10th, and it's not Bubsy. Okay.
Those are my 2 criteria. Go ahead.
Okay, so on September 27th, we're getting Code Vein.
That's a good
And
pick. That's a
Code
really
Vein
good pick.
has been waiting in the wings and delayed and pushed back and messed around with for quite a while now. And anime Dark Souls has real grit and real possibility. Or it could be another fucking Bandai Namco anime game that hits 70% at the absolute peak in terms of its quality and just vanishes under the fucking waves in like 2 weeks. Or it'll breathe hot new life into the fucking overstuffed genre of Souls games.
I mean, it does look really cool. Some of the monster design and the animation stuff looks pretty cool.
And like the characters with like the sweet like fucking gas masks and all the like crazy black like accoutrements and all the like incredible shit attached to the like the characters and the, like the glowing red eyes. Yeah. Aesthetically, it looks hot to death. And gameplay wise, the demos I played so far have been not too bad, but there is a possibility it's gonna get bogged down with inane bullshit minutia, which is definitely a real serious problem for Bandai Namco Japanese action RPGs. And hey, maybe this'll be the time when they produce a title that breaks away from their very, very solid, well-set mold. Or it will suck. It's all very up in the air.
At this point, who can say? Not us.
No, not us, not I, not you.
But we can recommend that you keep your eyes on every one of these 10 games on our perfect list of the 10
yes.
games that you should play this fall, but we don't know if they're good yet.
Solid.
Guys, that worked way better than I thought it would.
Hell yeah, it did.
I feel like this is the fastest a perfect list has been put together.
We've really set a new standard for speed in podcasting, I think. We covered a lot of ground here.
That's because we don't have Sean in here.
He flaps a lot of lip, I won't lie.
Listen, we've set down the roads, we've set the standard, we've shown the way, okay? Now it is up to those who follow in our footsteps to shut the fuck up sometimes and let the podcast progress in a natural fashion.
James.
Yeah.
The people that follow in our footsteps?
Uh-huh.
That's us.
Oh, good. Then we're in great shape.
It's gonna be fine.
Yeah.